And there we go, cute little turtle in a very old street. Hey guys, it's Victor, give me a break man, give me a flake man, using my fisheye lens, which I love so much recently. Walking down a very old-fashioned street in Nagoya. Not super old-fashioned, but some of the restaurants or stores here are actually very, very old. We'll be walking through some back streets today. And as requested, I will be talking and showing you what I am seeing instead of my face all the time, right? But today I'd like to talk a little bit about your judgmental internet asses, okay? I know you're on the internet and your job is to come onto my video and watch one video and then decide that you know me by my video, okay? It's an empty lot, probably worth the land alone is probably worth $100,000. Here's an old restaurant. But I wanted to talk about 3 specific cases which kind of annoyed me this week. And it's kind of funny because I don't even like 2 of these people at all from what I've seen of them. So here's the thing. We are, of course, it's in our nature to judge. See something and judge. That's kind of, and the internet's only like made that easier because lets us be exposed to even more things to look at and judge. That's what the internet does, you know. But I want to talk about 3 specific cases, okay? First of all, let's go back up to the Ariana Grande. Should we take a little side streets here? Let's take a side street. The Ariana Grande terrorist attack, which was about a week ago. Something I like in Japan, you just see tiles and stuff. Sometimes they're really old. That's not so old. If you look in temples, you find really cool ones, man. It's almost like hunting for a shark's teeth. So Ariana Grande had her horrible attack, and a lot of celebrities, tweeted out their support or, contacted her with their support, and just tweeted, which is they communicate to everybody by tweeting. And one of those people was Kim Kardashian, which that's a person I've avoided learning anything about. So I'm completely guilty of talking out of my ass when I talk about her. But I'll say this: I don't know much about her, and I don't want to know much about her because from the little I've seen, her life is shallow, and she's basically talentless. I mean, what talent does she have? I don't know. She's got a big, nice ass, beautiful ass. She's a beautiful woman, I guess. She's married to Kanye West. That's all I know about her, really. And she's part of that reality show, which I abhor. I abhor the reality show, which is ironic since in a way this is a reality show. No, but I don't get all dirty, or I don't get so uncomfortably personal with you about my life. These are to keep the cats from pissing there. I don't know if that really works, but anyway. Now, let's get to what's relevant. So, Ariana Grande and her, I guess, are friends or acquaintances or whatever. And she posted out a photo of herself. Here's a really nice old house on the left coming up. Of herself and Ariana at a Kanye West concert, I believe. That's really not important. But here's what happened, okay? The internet grabbed a hold of that tweet and gave her hell for it. They said, oh my God, how can you use this to promote your own self? And you just had to post a picture of yourself. And they just gave her all this shit. And she ended up deleting it. Okay? Turns out that Kim Kardashian had actually tweeted out other tweets before that were much more, that talked about they gave her shit for not talking about the victims. Oh, you didn't talk about the victims. You just talked about yourself as an old man. They have these little carts for old people. They're not exactly wheelchairs and they're not exactly baby strollers, but they're kind of a hybrid, but they're for old people to push around and let them sit down. Anyway, so I'll try to stay on focus as I walk around this beautiful country and just enjoy the view. I just love everything. Okay, here we go. This guy's backing up, so gotta wait here. So he's saying, all right, all right. Alright. See, alright, that's one of the funny Japanese things people say. That's actually Japanese now. Alright. Okay. いいですか? Cool. Hi. お願いします。おはようございます。 Okay, so she apparently tweeted out all these well wishes for the victims, and then one of the final tweets, I suppose, was about, it was a photograph. And people gave her shit for that. So people did not know, apparently, that she had tweeted out other things mentioning the victims and saying, you know, I guess very, appropriate things. I guess let's just say appropriate. Heartfelt, or whatever you want to say. All right. Here's a weird alley. I wonder if anybody owns that. So that's the first one. Okay? Now, I don't like Kim Kardashian very much. I don't really think she adds much value to life, but I think people are stupid to give her shit about anything, and especially when they're wrong in the first place. They just want to jump on her. People just looking to jump on you, right? Now, Memorial Weekend came just 2 days ago, I guess, and apparently, and again, I don't know the full story because I don't think it's that important, but Ivana Trump apparently taught people how to make popsicle sticks. Look at these old buildings. Popsicle sticks for Memorial Day weekend. And people thought that was disrespectful. Right? But give me a break. Like, they have not completely monetized that weekend. It's so commercialized. Memorial Day weekend specials everywhere on TV. If you can sell a mattress, or you can have a memorial bar specials, you know, 2-for-1 drinks and all that shit. And I'm sure we can go on and on. I don't even have to look it up. I'm so confident that I'm right. The people have completely commercialized the weekend, that it is just silly to give Ivana Trump any shit for making popsicle sticks. Okay, well, she's the president's daughter. She's got some... Yeah, but she's also a human being. And, well, look at these. Beautiful. Look at that. You know, just so stupid. So, yeah, okay, I guess maybe she should be a little more careful because she's the president's daughter now. But really, like, there could be anything that she could do that's less disrespectful than the shit that Trump pulls anyway. So, and come on, even if Trump... Well, what did Trump do the other day? He gave some speech about Ramadan, and it's all basically about terrorism. Again, I don't really know specifics, but it barely gets a blurb, right? But Ivanka does something. Ivanka, I'm sorry. I said Ivana, I think, didn't I? Excuse me, you probably already corrected me in the comments. Oh, which way to go? Let's go down here. This is a beautiful house. So anyway, oh, look at that beautiful house on the right. So that happened. Now the latest one is actually much harsher, a little more complicated. And let me see if I can find, I forgot his name, but some guy named Fry, I believe. What was his name? I just had it ready in my head, and I already put away my phone because it's charging in my bag here. Let's look in my bag here. Let's see if I can find out. What's the guy's name? Reporter, let me see. His name is Terry Fry. Yes, so Terry Fry. So Terry Fry is a sports writer, apparently quite respected. He's been around from the one article I've read on him. He's actually quite respected. He's been around for a while, and he doesn't have any history of stupidity or racism, but his father was in World War II. A little backstory, I guess. His father was in World War II and flew like 30 flights or something, or 300 hours, of, I don't know, whatever. His father was a World War II vet and fought against the Japanese by dropping bombs on them or something during World War II. Okay. Now, if his father was in World War II, we've got to imagine that this guy must have been, well, his father must have been at least 20 then, and that's back in 1945 or so, right? Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. So that was a long, long time ago, and his father's probably dead by now, right? Probably, not for sure, but so Terry writes something, so he tweets out that he's uncomfortable that the Indy 500 winner this year is a Japanese person, right? Especially on Memorial Weekend. And he's basically talking about the fact that, you know, he said he's uncomfortable. He's very uncomfortable with this. And looking back, it was a pretty stupid thing to say. Because, number one, we're not at war with Japan anymore. That's way That's ancient history, right? I mean, come on, what, 1945? That's 80 years ago almost. 85 years ago or so, right? So 87 years ago, whatever. A long time ago. So just 77 years ago. Oh, you know what I'm saying. It was a long time ago. But he realized his mistake and he tried to explain it away. Not explain it away. Here's the thing. He made a mistake. He erased the tweet. He apologized. Apparently in the first apology he mentioned one of the books that he has written in the past, and someone gave him shit for advertising his own book, right? So we can get back onto Ivanka Trump for that, but here's the thing. People act like he's the most evil person in the world and quickly pull out the racist card. And from what the little I've read about him, he's never acted this way in the past. There's never been any inclination that he's a racist. There's nothing to back up that. There's no pattern here. There's no pattern of racism or abuse at all. But people are just giving him all this shit. And I just pointed out, you act like you know his heart. And you don't know his heart. Now, here's the thing. I do not feel this way, but I understand it, that this mentality exists. And what I'm talking about is nationalism. So I'm not going to say that he's a racist, but I will say he's probably a very patriotic person. And he probably loved his father, which is something I can relate to. I love my father. He was my hero. And maybe it's possible that this is what the situation was in this case. His father was a World War II vet. So maybe his father is a hero. Oh my God, it's Gary coffee. That's where they come from. Gary coffee. Look at that. All the Gary coffees. Black too. I'm gonna take a picture of that. And we're back. No more there. Gary Arg is a YouTuber who, I think he thinks that they stole his image to make that coffee. And someone else apparently there's a case of someone actually stealing his image and putting it somewhere. Someone took a picture at an airport and showed him. Anyway, I don't know. We're at Tsutomai Coin. It's a very nice park. You can sometimes see turtles in here and fish and such. So maybe we'll walk through here. Okay, let's get back to the story. So I'm thinking that this Fry guy, Terry Fry, is not a victim, but he's can we say victim? A victim of nationality and father idolatry. Idolatry, not adultery, but idolatry. I think that's a word, actually. Look it up. He idolizes his father. He sees his father as a hero. He's a patriot, and there's still something in him that says, "Hey, the Japanese were our enemies, and my father fought against them, and my father suffered because of them somehow." Maybe that kind of mentality exists. There's a turtle. Hello, turtle. Who knows? I don't know what's going on with him. But he obviously knew, or he figured out quite quickly, that he made a mistake. And quite possibly because of the internet. Maybe it was something he just tweeted out not thinking. No, he does not have a huge following. He's actually smaller on Twitter than even I am. I've got about 12,000 followers and I barely tweet. He's got about 7,000. I'm assuming sports people who read his column are not necessarily like big Twitter followers because his following is not that large. Anyway, but I was just amazed at how many people just assumed he is a racist. When, number one, I wouldn't say so much that it's a racist thing as it is a nationalist thing and a patriot thing and a father thing. But again, I don't know, I don't know. I know this park is nice. And I don't know why people just feel a need to jump on the bandwagon and start giving him shit when you don't know the case half the time, what's happening when someone says something, stupid. And it's social media, it's Twitter, it's 140 characters. You don't have to edit anything, you don't have to think about it. You just speak it into you don't even have to type. You can actually just dictate your thoughts into the iPhone or whatever phone you're using. I hear Google dictation is even better. And there you are. Your thoughts are there for everyone to see and to judge you on. And of course, I'm not defending the guy because it is possible he actually is a racist or anti-Japanese Japan phobe or whatever you want to call it, you know. Maybe he's Hanichi, as they say in Japanese. Maybe he is. Who knows? Oh, this is a beautiful park though. We're gonna walk right in there. Maybe he is, but we don't know. So it's just silly for everyone to jump on the bandwagon and give him all this shit when they don't know. And the fact that I point that out, of course, suddenly I look like I'm defending him, but I'm not defending him. You just don't know. Yeah, that's all. Basically, you know, Jesus Christ, don't be so quick to jump on the bandwagon and attack somebody. Think about it a little bit. See, at least when you're making a video, or you're thinking about making a video, you have to think about what's going to go into that. And you're going to be editing it as you watch yourself speak. So the chances of doing that on video are not impossible by any stretch of the imagination, but it's a hell of a lot easier to make an off-the-cuff stupid comment on Twitter than it ever would be in a video. So not poor him, but I can understand how maybe he just didn't think about it, and he said, you know, my dad, he fought against the Japs. Maybe he thought that, and maybe he was brought up in that kind of mentality. And you know, I think it's easy to grow up with a discriminatory, is that a word? Discriminatory bent, and not realize it. And even though you may realize it later, that's still part of your upbringing. And as a result, it might be something hard to shake. I know I was brought up with people around me saying things that I never even considered racist or bigoted, like, don't be such a Jew, or he Jewed me out of my money, or, you know, drive white. You know, things like that you don't even think about being racist, but are actually racist if you think about it. And of course, later in life, you know, you think, well, okay, well, I shouldn't be saying things like that. And I realize now that those things are inappropriate, and I'm not going to say those things anymore. Why do you have to throw garbage in the goddamn beautiful lake? Someone throws garbage. Well, it's a pond. Actually, it's pretty dirty, but still, shouldn't throw garbage in there. You know, I understand that people grow up with these ideas, and even in Peru, we have my parents will often say things about other nationalities, and it's the funniest thing about Latin America is that all the Latin American countries think they're the best, and they all badmouth all the other Latin American countries. The big jokes being like Puerto Ricans don't actually speak Spanish, or Peruvian Spanish is better than other Spanish, and Peruvians actually made what's it called? Pisco, which is a kind of sake, which is really very, very good. And Chileans say they made pisco, but they're liars. They're all liars. You know, you can't trust them. And of course, I have Chilean friends who think the same thing. So, I mean, all I'm saying is we grow up with these prejudices, and part of them, many of them are harmless. Whoops, there he goes. Many of them are harmless, and you know, we're just talking about pisco, but sometimes they're more ingrained. And we don't know Terry Fry's. I don't know where I am right now. We don't know Terry Fry's father. He might have grown up, you know, bad-mouthing the Japanese all the time. And Terry might have, we don't know, you know, Terry might have consciously realized it later and realized this is not the way to think. But, you know, on one particular day when the Indy 500 fight, which is you know, honestly, I think like driving contests are barely sports. I mean, okay, I understand they're really popular with a lot of people, but I'm not interested in watching people race cars around a track. So I think all sports are fairly ridiculous, and we as a society are just stupid to be paying. Oh, look at that! To be paying sports athletes more money than we pay doctors. Any doctor in America, any doctor in the world, should be getting more money than professional athletes. But that's not the way the world works, and I know that. So there's no point in railing against that. But I would say even with that said, driving sports are on the bottom of my list of interesting events to watch. And I live near Suzuka Circuit in Japan, and every once in a while there's some major event, and the trains just fill up with people. They're all, you know, they all look like they're all really friendly, and they're all having fun. And a lot of foreigners come in too to enjoy that. So, you know, fine. All power to you. Not my cup of tea, you know. But yeah, it's not like it's even an important event, if you ask me. Anyway, so I just wanted to get that off my chest, tell you what I thought about that. The point being, the next time you see someone getting their ass handed to them on the internet, be it YouTube or Twitter, or, you know, we don't see much of that on Instagram, but we do see a little bit of it. Then maybe hold back a little bit and withhold your judgment. And I will be the first to admit that I've been guilty of this in the past as well. There's a girl named Ariel Winter, who's one of the stars of Modern Family, which is a show I really, really enjoy. That's super enjoyable. It's fun. It's fun. They're all pretty much forgetful. Everything just blends into another show, but they're fun. They're fun to watch. And I like her character very much. But I often thought that I thought if you want to be respected as an actress, you should not be flaunting your body out there the way she does. Look at these guys cleaning up. I gotta show you these guys. I don't know, I feel like this is really nice work. Here's some water bugs, by the way. See those water bugs? No fish in here though. But I used to think, I actually even considered making a video, like making that suggestion, even though I'm sure she's not gonna pay attention to me. Because I thought, you know, she's a good actress, but if her goal in life is to be a great actress, then enough with the showing off of the body and get to some acting. Look at that. Nice and cool in this part of the lake. I like water bugs. But I held back because I thought there must be more to her story. And it turns out there was. If you look into why she does that, she talks about body shaming and how she feels like she's empowering people. Ooh. I don't know if they ever have snakes here or anything. Good job. Let me see. I'm going to ask them if they ever see snakes. ここでヘビとか見たことありますか？
去年ヘビ2匹で飛びた。
本当？
ことでね。
2匹？2匹。本当？
去年ね、今年はまだ出てこない。
まだね。そういう時はどうするんですか？
こうやってみたい。
あ、本当？殺す。あ、ほっとく。わかりました。
去年こうやって掃除でね。
はい。
買ったやろ。2匹この池を置いて取り込んだよ。2匹ね。
2匹。
池。
ああ、池に置いといた。大きいやつ？
うん、青大社でね。1メーター50ね。
おお、すごい。結構大きいね。
まあまあ。
ありがとうございます。I think he said they found 2 snakes. He speaks that. 何？
見つけたらね、捕まえていただいてもいいかね。
見たいけど。
見たいだね。
でもほとんどはないね。He said if I catch him, you want me to hold him for you, or you want to see him? So apparently last year they caught 2 snakes in this area. Look at that. This is by the way, I'm in Pokemon heaven apparently. If you were to turn on your Pokemon device, you would see a lot of Pokemon in this area. They do a good job cleaning up though. I guess they clean up the garbage too. Maybe that's why some people feel they can just throw their garbage down. It's still pissing me off though. Anyway, Ariel Winter, yeah, I used to think she was being silly, but when I read her backstory, I realized there's much more to her, what I perceived as certain shallowness. There's more to it than meets the eye. Oh, look at these birds having a good time. Look at that. Hey guys, having a good time? Yeah. Wish I could join you. Oh, there's a, look at that. There's a crow up there. You see that? There's a crow at the very top up there. Look, a nice place to have a picnic. Oh, he's gone. Oh, there he is again. Having fun. I think you guys understand what I'm trying to say here. Don't be so quick to judge. Like these girls getting trashed in the afternoon. You might think, oh, they're just luscious. But no, maybe not. Maybe they've had, oh, there's no way down. Maybe they've had a hard week. They need a little relaxation, a little R&R. Right? Okay, guys, that's my little rant for you. Now I'm sure not, again, it's quite possible that Kim Kardashian is actually a self-centered slut bag, and Ivanka is a clueless bimbo with a lot of money who doesn't understand what working people go through, and that Terry Fry is actually a racist son of a bitch. But the truth is, you don't know, and I don't know, and you definitely don't know from one tweet. All right, and this is if this is the first video you've ever seen of mine, I'd be curious to hear your first impression. or any first impression you've ever had of me. That'll be the question to test to see if you got to the end. What was your first impression of me, and is this your first video? So if it's first time viewer, just say first time viewer, you're a douchebag, or 10th time viewer, you're a douchebag. Those are the two possible answers. Talk to you guys soon.